me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. Let's go.
Hello, folks. Richard Moore, USAGSA. I hope everyone's having a wonderful Sunday. It's kind of getting a little late in the evening to be bringing this, but nonetheless, I'm bringing it. Here it is. I've got three bell ringers for you. Stories you hadn't heard and stories you need to hear, especially in North Mississippi. Well, from coast to coast, as we continue to expose this corruption, the people behind it, and the programs, I'm going to tell you, they got a small playbook. What they're doing in one place, that you rest assured they're doing the similar thing in the next place. It's a systemic culture of abject corruption. At USAGSA, that's what we do, honey. We put the who's, what, when, where, and how, and faces to the deal. So, before I jump into it, in the description of this video will be our link tree. That's going to give you the various links where you can support USAGSA. We're 100% supported by our viewers, listeners, and followers. And I tell you, I've got some God-sent, dedicated people on board. They're making sure you're getting what you're getting today, and you'll continue getting it. But for us to ensure our viability and to get our exposure to much wider audiences, need your support. There's various ways in there: Cash App, Donor App, Chime, GoFundMe. Also, I encourage you to become a patron on Patreon. You can stay with USAGSA, get everything there first, and you get exclusive content and an open live communication with yours truly, if you desire that. Substack, I've written extensively about these programs, their tactics, and the criminal clowns behind it, these pathetics. I've also given voice to the voiceless and done stories on victims that battle and grapple with these crimes being committed against them daily, and many of them are no longer with us. That's why I continue doing what I'm doing. And I'll tell you, I don't get an off day. Even days I think I'm off, I'm on. Got three important stories. But let's start here. We're going to start in Lowndes County, and we're going to Clay County, and then we're going to end up at Lee County. I've got you some rat king and queen handlers on a rat pack special, a snitching by proxy community pathetics on Auburn Road in Boerville, Mississippi. And they have managed to remain, or they thought, out of the grip of reality of the likes of me, putting them on blast. And they slip on out from under their rocks because the gig is up. And the gig will continue to be up. And they believe me, they working that round the clock, thinking that they've got to answer to suppressing and controlling the content and information I bring you. Good luck. How's that working out for you, boys? That's not working out. It's not going to. Because you're working through crash dummy proxy rats that you think you bet the bank on. That's where your mistake is. You know how much I got hedged on that? Zero. That's right. So, go back to the drawing board. Let's start with Lowndes County, Crooked Eddie, and his criminal posse with badges. And we know, folks, that if you don't know, now you know. If you introduce contraband to a correctional facility, that includes a jail, that's a felony. They will arrest you, indict you, and arrest you, and throw away the key. Not Lowndes County, though. Hey, well, if you're black and you work for Crooked Eddie, you're not going to get the treatment if the same treatment you was white. So, yes, that white privilege card is still accepted in Lowndes County, Mississippi. Moreover, it's still accepted in the state of Mississippi. If you don't think it is, the black citizens of Mississippi should know this. They do. They look and they see the insurmountable amount of coons out there working like Step and Fetch It for Big Brother, setting their people back 400 years. They hadn't accepted it, and none of us has accepted it. So, when these inmates die in jail, you know what the story is going to be, ladies and gentlemen. Here locally, you got WTVA and WCBI, and you got the Birdcage Liners, the Commercial Dispatch, and the Daily Journal. And you even got a Fruit Loop with a Tattletale paper. The Packet down there in Columbus. I'll tell you what, he's talking about Joke City. These people thrive on one thing, bad news, and they're always hedging and sucking up to people like Crooked Eddie Hawkins. That ought to run chills down your spine, folks. But when they want to get the truth, who they holler at? Yours truly, because that's why I'm bringing you the unadulterated truth. When these inmates die, the story is this: an inmate was found dead, unresponsive. My bad. MBI has been called in to investigate. Names not available. They contact the family. Blah blah blah. 2 weeks later, they'll give the name and same story. It's over with. It was a die of natural causes, or some of them die of overdoses. They don't go and say, well, what could they possibly overdose on? Because there's people in jails with severed limbs. They can't get a Motrin, an ibuprofen. I'd like to go to overdosing on. I've been talking about this, folks. These people, they overdose on fentanyl and everything else. Now, I've been saying that I don't think they tunneling out of these jails. I don't think they're scaling the fence. So how are they getting dope and phones and all this stuff in the jail? Well, the reason y'all have the answer, that's the same reason you have the answer. It's how the sheriff, Knoxville County, Clay County, and these other counties we're going to continue talking about was being serial rapists. The sheriff. And when they out them, the FBI got Grassley down there in Knoxville County, and he stepped down and he went to federal prison. He got all but 24 hours. Now, ain't that something? Yeah. Well, from Mississippi. Operation Ku Klux Klan, Lynn Fitch, the Attorney General. If y'all get carried away, she was a spearheaded Roe v. Wade. Listen, she's a bloodthirsty tyrant. She don't give a damn about them kids. She's wanting votes. And y'all buying that baloney. He wants to make sure these people that are wrongfully convicted, give them death sentence, they kill them before they can get exonerated by DNA evidence. That's the kind of person that's in there. That's what we got to look forward to. Now, if you're black in Lowndes County, you work for the Sheriff's Department, Crooked Eddie, and you introduce contraband there, you're going to be charged. Okay, y'all know that. Or if you're white, well, I think it's June or July of 2024. Dylan Bowen, the jailer, had been bringing it in from day one. Dope. Than everything else they wanted. Crooked Eddie just kind of secretly and quietly pushed him out the door. He said he's white, and he's got that white privilege card. And these people that died in the jail, they was on dope anyway. And y'all know in Mississippi, if they've ever been on that old dope, well, hell, it's okay to kill them, and murder is fine. If we have to kill them, that's fine. We'll tell a lie And I'll guarantee you, MBI, Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, will double down on that lie. That's what they do. Ku Klux Klan, Lynn Fitch. So, I don't know why the Jacks and the Dispatch and WTVA, they're not talking about it. They talking about these closet queer meteorologists that got to look for a job now. Ain't nobody listening to them ass. That blue hairs are listening to them. Okay? We get our news instantly on our device way before they can get on there and bore us to death all this pointing and theatrics and bull crap. They don't know like it wants entertainment anymore. Y'all been lying long enough. The truth is we're sick of you. Good riddance. Be glad when all that stops. And maybe you quit putting Mayberry RFD running reruns of that. These newspapers and fake media folks, they're struggling. Is it any wonder? They've brought us a century of bullshit and lies and cover-ups. Of Dylan Bowen contributing to the deaths of inmates and to the illegal illicit drug trade. Where's he getting the illegal dope? Well, hell, folks, I ain't gonna do the math for you. Who controls it? The Lowndes County Sheriff's Department has multi-jurisdictional task force. That includes federal, state, local authorities all working together in one foam and froth conglomerate to have a safer community. What they're not telling you is they got to keep all the bells and whistles there to keep this big facade running, including dope and death. And they ain't trying to do shit but get paid. So, we just started a couple of weeks ago about another a deputy there, Randy Majors, a serial rapist, 5 years, and it continues today, still working for the sheriff's department. I got the name of the girl, Crooked Eddie. Why don't you ask Randy Majors who he's turning his paycheck over to? And has been for some time for her to keep her mouth shut. I'm going to tell you, that other glass slipper is about to fall on this deal. And your fat ass is going to have some explaining to do. And why you're coddling and protecting serial rapists. And they're working for you. A gonorrhea Max Branch. Y'all just push him out the door. Have a little bit of chatter. Hey, where's the work? What's the work over there for Scott Cologne? Y'all need to get out and change the sheets in that bed. You criminal, corrupt pathetics. We're going to send you to march down that road. There's a sheriff's election coming. I believe there's 4 on there, folks. I don't know if any of those 4 are worth the salt in their bread. But I can tell you what. Y'all go in there and vote. Put Crooked Eddie back in there. I'm going to do everything I can to find out who voted for him. And individually make it my job to let the world know what kind of person wants that kind of person in office, if that's what it takes. Because blood's on your hands. When they murdered 19-year-old Austin Hines in the street with 100 police, he didn't even have a weapon and finished him off with a shotgun blast. Because he made a song about fuck police, and he wouldn't take it down for YouTube. It's still up. And the sheriff's department said that they were going to get him. They was going to kill him. And there was nothing going to be done about it. And they was right. Did it broad daylight. Crooked Eddie Hawkins, you are not an accessory to murder. You are a murderer, period. Running as a sheriff. Is that really what y'all want? I've had people say, man, I'm glad I got a Lowndes County. That place is God-forsaken. And ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, they make God-forsaken look like a walk through the park. You can believe that. Right there in Lowndes County. Let's ease over to Clay County. We got another serial rapist sheriff, Eddie Scott. raping inmates. That's an established fact. New York Times covered it. I've covered it. About 5 months ago, not that long ago, I did a story about, I broke his story about Eddie Scott and his casino on the main drag where they could gamble illegally around the clock. Put a Google's map up there where it was. The whole deal. Blasted it. Lasted 4 weeks. It was a news release. News coverage. After a tip came in, they investigated and they made a bust of an illegal casino. And a lot of people bought that bullshit. Little tip come in. Yeah, the tip come in and tell y'all the rest of the story. See, Eddie Scott had a partner in crime. Now, here's the rest of the story. This is a former West Point police officer, Kevin Camp. And Kevin Camp and Eddie Scott got two Arabs to put the seed money in and said, look, this is the deal. I'm the sheriff, all this, blah, 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 blah. And it was off to the races until yours truly blowed the lid off of it. Now, what happened after that? After I did the story, Kevin Camp got wind of it quick. He called Eddie Scott. The fix was in. Camp left town. Did disappearing acts. The Arabs got busted, and they still scratching their head. What's out behind the head? What? Hold it. And guess what? Ku Klux Klan, Lynn Fitch, and all them are proud work, and they proud of serial rapists and this criminal with a badge in Clay County. Y'all must love it. Now you got the rest of the story there, folks. And we're going to keep it coming in. Let's move over to Lee County. We talked about the Rat Pack and this community orgasmic policing and how these snitches are snitching by proxy and these super snitches. I'm getting ready to put out a super snitch, a super rat snitches and haters and deplorable list. We got a new hybrid list coming out, folks. I'm going to bring you the super rats. The super rats are hiding in plain sight. No more are they going to hide in plain sight. They absolutely believe that they're infallible because they got a criminal punk with a badge vomiting and spewing out lies and misinformation to the citizenry of this state and across this country. So, let these people slide back up under their rocks. Who's that? Who gets this award here? I'm going to tell you who it is. Auburn Road, Boerville, Mississippi. The Auburn thrift shop ain't nothing but a front for a community gang stalking, perverts on wheels program, violating people's constitutional rights, their civil liberties, targeting innocent Americans, working for the police. They're the on hands, on the ground handlers for the Rat Pack that we've been talking about and the Bed Bath and Beyond of criminal enterprises. Guys is godly people doing God's work. Let me tell you what, John and Leah Gale, I don't know what God you think you working for or what God you claiming you serve, but the God I serve condemns everything you do. What you do in the dark, honey, will come to light. And the light switch just got turned on. And we expect you to do what cockroaches do, scatter. And you start scattering and lying and throwing hissy fits on Facebook. I don't give a tinker's damn. You must have thought you're going to have a good run at this. Oh, here's where your mistake was. Here's where your mistake is. You thought that you could, by proxy, play and handle yours truly. You thought you had the Wizard of Oz powers for eons. That's what you thought. We've had our belly of fake Christians and fake churches preaching a fake doctrine to a bunch of demented people that are just dying to be accepted and validated. Born losers, reprobates, godless pathetics, criminals fronting as somebody concerned for their community. But you don't tell them about the crimes that you committed. You don't tell them what you were doing to these people. The thief, the stealing, the dope trade, the whole deal. Tell the rest of the story, John and Leah. No, you're not going to do it, are you? I will. I'm going to help you on that because I don't have any problems with truth. I got problems with people that have their own version of the truth. That's called a perversion of reality. And that, my friend, is what you're living in. So, folks, when you patronize these ass clown criminals, all you're doing is validating somebody that needs to be thrown under a penitentiary or sitting on death row. They're enemies of the state. They're talking out of both sides of their mouth. And their ass don't know the difference of what's going on. It takes people out here to dare to step up and tell the truth. Jim H. Johnson doesn't have a problem with his hand in the murder of former Sheriff Harold Ray Presley. He's had a good run of it. Y'all keep pulling the lever for him. What did you think was going to happen? Do you realize how deep and corrupt it is in Lee County? Maybe you don't. But I'm going to tell you, just stay tuned. Stay tuned. We're going to enlighten you of what is really going on, especially here in the dirty South and in North Mississippi. And I'm going to end it with this. For you proxy rats, and you know who you are. You proxy rats that are trying to play both sides of the fence with old Richard Rohr here, thinking that somehow he's oblivious. He won't do it. Let me tell you, folks, I ain't beholden to one man, to one person, and that's God. Okay? Let's be straight about that. I am not and will not hold back. I've made a commitment, 2025, and we're going to kick it up a notch. I don't believe y'all got the memo on that. Means kick it up a notch. I'm going to show you what the power of truth and exposure will do and is going to do. We're going to stay here because we won't change. We the people. The people believe in God and country. Not somebody can say it and put a Trump flag up. All the while, they full-time at criminal operation bullshit. The secret's out. The secret's out. So maybe I'll revamp y'all's deal. Oh, thinking that you can control something, especially thinking you can control the viability of my intelligence and my intel that I get and doing what I'm doing. You can't control that. God, let me tell you, I'm satisfied. He got this deal. If you can't see it, you ain't going to ever see it. You wouldn't know it if he stepped on you. Can't figure it out. And you won't never be able to figure it out. Because let me tell you, honey, You can't shack up with the devil and expect God to pay the rent. And he ain't going to pay your rent. He's not going to cover your ass. Because you working for the devil, faking, and somebody that's doing God's work. Folks, I'm Richard Moore, and I approve this message.
They call me a gun.